Welcome everybody to a World of Tanks bonus video. My name is Maxwell and today's video is from the user Subman. That is Subman. He's driving the T34 on a standard battle on Himmelsdorf. T34 being a T8 heavy tank for the Americans. And as you can see, it is a tier 10 game, so this one's going to be a little bit difficult for Subman. So bonus videos are just those little videos that are in and of themselves awesome games, but wouldn't necessarily make it into a standard subscriber replay video for various reasons. Gets a lovely shot on that KV4, get a bit of damage on him, takes a shot in return, but it doesn't do anything to the mighty turret of the T34. So you can expect an awesome game here, but like I said, it wouldn't necessarily make it into a sub replay for various reasons. Has one shot at that T57 heavy, but not quite able to aim long enough to get some damage onto him. Luckily for him, though, the T57 isn't able to do any damage back to him. All of those shots just bouncing harmlessly on the turret. T57 heavy leaves himself out way too long just to get that extra one shot on the T34. That one also bounced, and the T57 heavy took damage in return. So not a fair trade for the T57 at all. So this is an excellent position for the T34, being fully hulled down here, even doing a little bit of trash talking in the chat there. Trash talking can definitely be a good tactic if you can piss off the enemy enough, make them make a mistake, and you can generally have the better of it. The Allies are still stubbornly pushing up the hill on that far right hand flank, despite the fact that the enemy team has overwhelmed them on the number 8 line, that banana road, and pushed two heavy tanks directly up the centre of the map. You can see these two tanks here, the IS-4 and T57 heavy, still stubbornly looking down this road, despite the fact that there are tanks behind them. You can see Subman comes in and rams the T57 in an effort just to say, hey, jackass, look behind you, there are tanks. We are in serious trouble here. Do something about it. Subman going to have a shot at this FCM. Lets his gun close in long enough, and that shot, no idea. So it bounced. Wasn't sure if it missed or what. Not going to waste his repair kit on the track there, as that one will repair itself quick enough. IS-4 gets around the corner and takes out the 1375. But now they're going to have to fight some kind of determined defense against these guys now. Letting his gun close in on this IS-7. Looks like some of the enemy team are going to be making a move up the hill here. It looks like the enemy team also put quite a lot of tanks on the hill. They seem to have twice as many tanks as the Allies do, somehow. Being able to overwhelm them on that banana line and able to have more the tanks than them on, well, as many tanks as them on the hill, and just as many tanks as the Allies on the left-hand side. So, a bit confusing where they're getting these extra tanks from. Well, that's probably just bad perception. I'm going to wait for this IS-7. Hopefully he's going to turn right and head up the hill. Subman doesn't know whether to look up the hill or look down here. Is seeing the IS-7. Will have a nice shot at the rear armor here. Just spends just long enough aiming. Gets some good damage on him. The IS-7 shoots him right in the gun. And Subman uses his repair kit now to fix that one up, as he needs to be as accurate as possible. IS-7 taking a little bit of a battering. The guys on the hill looks like they're in trouble as well. Looks like they're about to lose that battle. Only losing this game 4 kills to 6 at the moment. Enemy team 5 kills to 6 now. This one is pretty even, despite the fact that the Allied team look like they are losing drastically. It's actually not the case. It's probably thanks to the fact that one of the Allies has a team kill there out of the confusion, and that makes it seem more even than it is. They've got 2 less tanks than the enemy, although only 1 less kill. Subman just setting up, looking at the road in case anybody decides to flank around that direction. Doesn't look like they are. C75 and IS-7 sitting around the corner. They take out the Panther 2. And now Subman's going to have to reverse and go and help the guys on this right-hand side that are getting pushed on by this IS-8. And this T57 heavy could decide to flank around as well. The ISU 152 and IS-4 are in the road there on the 5 line. They're not really defending the base, so the enemy team pushes through. Does see the T28 prototype, but not quite able to land any damage on him. It's going to be time to spin the tank around now and look back to the threat from the front. IS-7 and E-75. Looks like the T-57 Heavy has reloaded. Subman not quite able to get a shot past his ally there. Looking at the IS-7, but the IS-7's in a fantastic defensive position there. The E-75's pushed down the road to take out the ISU-152. Subman's going to advance forward, maybe try and get this rubble to his left-hand side, and it's going to put him in a fantastic hull-down position. But also the IS-7's in a hull-down position, so it's going to be difficult to try and get a shot on him. Trying to go and put it through the very top of his turret there. Not quite able to get any damage, although that one would normally do some damage, so he maybe just needs a little bit of a better shot. IS-7 not quite able to hit any part of Subman here. He's trying desperately, but can't quite find a hit. Subman presenting a little bit of the side of his turret. Looks like the IS-7 was able to get some damage in. He's going to focus back in on the viewport here. Let's just go and aim all the way, and that one does go through. Gets a nice bit of damage on the IS-7. He's found a beautiful spot here. Just a little window there, but possibly that's going to be showing some of his hull armor, so he wants to be careful. Lets his gun close in just long enough. The IS-7 bounces. He doesn't. Takes him out. Kill number 2. This one's still very even. E-75 comes around the corner. Gets a brilliant shot through the side of Subman there. And this T-57 Heavy needs to reload pretty quick, and the two of them need to work this E-75 down as fast as possible, as there's an M103 coming in from the rear. Gets a great shot in the underbelly of the E-75. Hopefully this T-57 can finish him off. Well, the E-75 can be a bit of an armoured beast. It's just Subman and this T-57 Heavy left against the M103 and the T-28 prototype. They've done a fantastic job of defending against the super quick rush from the enemy team. And this T-28 prototype hopefully not going to come up and take out the T-57 Heavy. In fact, how many hit points does that T-57 have? Only 400. More than enough. The M103 is firing his heat ammunition, as he's got to try and get through the turret of this T-34. T-57 Heavy spun himself around to try and help with the M103. He gets hit in the face, and is he going to get shot in the rear? He gets one good hit on the T-28, but the T-28 takes him out, and that leaves Subman to fight against the M103 and the T-28 Prot. Has landed one good shot on the T-28 Prot's turret, on the M103's turret. Switches attention to the T-28 Prot, gets a great shot through him, dodges out the way of the M103 shell there, just skimming past the back of his turret. Now he's got to try and fight against this M103. They're on about the same amount of hit points. They've got about the same amount of armor, and they've got about the same cannons. So this is going to be a pretty close match, considering Subman's already lost some health. Gets a great shot through the side of the M103's turret. I'm not sure what the M103 was thinking there, presenting so much of the side of his turret. Subman has 3 seconds left on reload, trying to just delay as long as possible. The M103 comes around the corner. He takes his shot, gets him for the kill. That's kill number 4, 4,000 points of damage, and GG, and the victory for Subman. So absolutely awesome replay there, showing his skill in the T34. Coming out with a victory there when it really looked like the Allied team had no chance of winning, thanks to that super aggressive push by the enemy team. So awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in.